Today's recital was wonderful. Thank you so much.
I am the acting director. If you have complaints when you can't take any responsibility, why don't you just quit?
The ribbon on this costume is coming off.
The order in the program is wrong. I'll go fix it.
It's December. Love Koi Nursery School is about to hold its recital. It's no exaggeration to say this is the busiest time of the year. After dizzying days of preparation, the day of the recital finally arrived. Roar, I'm gonna eat you up.
Wait, Mr. Monster! Let's be friends!
The kids weren't nervous at all. In fact, they gave their best performance yet. The strength they showed on stage exceeded our expectations. Every year, I'm reminded of the hidden power children possess. And so, this year's Love Koi Nursery School recital was a huge success. Teacher, that was fun. Thank you. You really did great, Hajime.
I never thought I'd see my son so full of life. Thank you so much.
On the way back, Hajime Hosokawa from my class and his mother came up to me. Hajime has grown so much. Please give him lots of praise today. Sharing the joy of growth with them is what I do. I'm Keito Minabe, 30 years old, the homeroom teacher for the 5-year-olds and leader of the older kids' classes.
Today's recital was wonderful. Thank you so much.
After seeing the kids off, the person who came to the break room was Toru Sakura. He's the director of Love Koi Nursery School. He's 65, but a born lover of childcare. He doubles as the head teacher to guide us, and when we're short-staffed, he joins in the care himself.
You do such amazing work, yet I'm sorry for the low pay. Please, at least take these gifts home.
No, please don't worry about it.
Every day is fun. Since I was a mid-career hire, I'm truly glad I came to this school.
Next to me is Maho Osaka. She's 29, the homeroom teacher for the 0-year-olds, and leads the under 3 classes. Working with her, gentle and adored by both kids and parents, I help manage the floor.
It makes me so happy to hear you say that. I'm counting on you two.
The pay is low and it's busy, but I don't work here for the perks. Thanks to the supportive director and, above all, the smiles of all the children and parents, I was able to keep walking toward my dream today as well, or so I thought.
The director has collapsed.
A few days into the new year, one morning, the vice director, Kaori Sakura, told me the news. She's also the director's wife.
He collapsed last night and was taken by ambulance. It looks like a cerebral infarction, and he's in the ICU right now.
Oh no! How is his condition?
It's too early to say, but we probably shouldn't expect him to return as director.
I couldn't wrap my head around the fact that the director, who looked fine yesterday, can't even speak now.
However, we can't stop running the school. I will be serving as acting director starting today. I've already spoken to the social welfare corporation we belong to. I'll explain at the staff meeting at noon, but there's no time this morning, so please inform the staff for now.
Understood. Someone who was fine the day before, suddenly, I never imagined something like this. I'm stunned. I don't know what lies ahead, but right now, I have to protect the school for the director and the children. We're gonna play a relay race today. Line up so you don't bump into the friend in front of you. A few days after the vice director took over as acting director, as I waited for the kids to line up on the white line, the acting director suddenly showed up.
Excuse me, can these children not even do eyes front?
Huh? Eyes front? They can line up straight, so there's no need to teach them formal drill commands.
These kids are going to elementary school soon. What will they do if they can't do eyes front? Come on, everyone, I'll teach you right now. Raise your arms straight ahead.
Then, the acting director used a whistle to start teaching them eyes front. However...
Not aligned! Do it again! No, I want to stop.
Teacher, I'm scared. It'll be one thing if she taught them gradually, but she took the hardline approach of making them do it until they got it right.
This is necessary for elementary school. Come on, one more time.
Please stop, acting director. I don't think there's any meaning in doing something this unreasonable.
Other schools' kids can do it, so there's no reason ours can't. They just can't do it because they haven't been taught. We won't do the relay today until this is perfect. Put some spirit into it.
The acting director continued the military-style drill practice regardless of the children crying or being scared. In the end, they managed to align, but we didn't get to play the relay race that day. Later, after morning care was over and the kids were napping, I discussed the situation with Maho.
The acting director stopped the nursery rhymes everyone loves and suddenly started playing only classical music. Since we can't listen to anything but classical, the kids keep asking, where's the froggy song? Where's the horsey song? It's only natural for the kids to be unhappy when they can't listen to the animal songs they loved.
It seems the acting director has suddenly intervened in the under 3 classes as well. Usually so calm, she was rarely this angry, deep wrinkles etched between her brows. Furthermore, at the staff meeting a week later,
I intend to start English education in all classes. A school that doesn't do English these days is behind the times. Now is the best time to learn English. I'm planning 30 minutes for under 3s and 45 minutes for over 3s in preparation for elementary school.
exposure to English in nursery school isn't bad in itself, but the time proposed by the acting director is far too long. Please wait, this is also a crucial time for Japanese language development. We shouldn't cram it in as study. We should make it enjoyable for the children through English play.
That's right. I can't accept any more childcare policies that ignore the children.
The acting director had previously only done administrative work in the office. Unlike the director who actively participated in care, she was a vice director in name only, who knew nothing of the actual floor. That's why she started demanding educational care that appeals to parents, ignoring the feelings of all the staff and children.
This is necessary for the school's survival. This school needs to start a new kind of care found nowhere else, to create a unique appeal. But to ignore the children for that...
We cannot accept such unreasonable instructions.
I am the acting director. If you have complaints when you can't take any responsibility, why don't you just quit? Ugh.
Words that seemed to reject us completely. It felt like a cold, thick wall was standing there. Quitting here will be easy, but that would trouble the staff, and more than anything, I'm worried about the kids. No, I won't quit.
Is that so? Then be quiet. I'm continuing.
As the worried gazes of the staff gathered on us, we took our seats. 3 weeks have passed since the director collapsed. He's out of the ICU and visits her aloud. I can't believe they say he's regained consciousness. He doesn't move or speak. I don't even know if he can see. Still, they say talking to him supports recovery. I visited the director often. Today, Yuki did his best to eat the vegetables he hates. Apparently, he wants you to praise him again, director. Also, I brought a drawing from Yua. She said to give it to you. I showed the drawing to the director and placed it next to the vase. The acting director is still trying to push forward with unreasonable changes. It hurts to do this, but believing he will recover someday, I reported the school's situation exactly as it was. I told her many times that this isn't good for the children, but no matter how much I plead, she won't understand. However, I intend to do everything I can. I work at this school to make my dream come true. The reason I work here despite the low pay is because I thought I could become the nursery teacher I admired at this school.
See you, teacher.
Yup, see you tomorrow. And Mom, if you have any trouble, please consult me anytime.
Back then, with only my mother, the teacher was like a father figure to me. Actually, I came from a single mother household. I grew up watching my mother busy from morning till night with work and chores. I spent a lot of time at the nursery, but thanks to the teacher, I wasn't lonely. I heard that my mother, who was often late for pickups, was able to get through those tough times thanks to that kind teacher. Admiring his kindness, I decided in my childish heart that I wanted to become a nursery teacher like him. I've been told to quit. but the teacher I admired would surely stand his ground. If I quit now, the children and parents will feel anxious. So, for the sake of the children, parents, and staff, I want to do my very best. There's no reaction. There's a good chance I may never be able to communicate with the director again. That's exactly why I have to fight to protect the school, isn't it? From then on, I put my heart and soul into childcare more than ever. Gather here, warriors of light, Ultra Riders!
Good evening, Mr. Minabe. I've come to pick up.
Welcome back. Would you like to become an Ultra Rider too, Mom?
Sorry, I'm more of a Free Cure fan.
Nice dodge.
Before long, it was 6 p.m., and most of the children had gone home. I left the remaining children to the duty teacher and was cleaning the classroom.
Mr. Minabe, it's terrible.
What's wrong, Maho?
Actually,
After hearing Maho's shocking story, we hurried to the staff room. Acting director, I never heard about increasing the school's capacity to the limit.
how can you decide such an important thing without asking the staff at all?
What Maho told me was that the acting director had contacted the municipality to increase the enrollment limit. One of the nursery teachers heard about this arbitrary decision, and Maho was consulted. If we increase the number of children, the school environment will change drastically. To decide something so major on your own.
This is also necessary for the school. The more children a nursery school has, the more stable the operation and the stronger the organization becomes. And don't worry, even if we increase numbers, we will maintain the staffing standards.
That's not the issue. The current limit was set independently by the director, considering the existence of children who need support. If you change that... Some children attending the nursery need more careful care than usual. Frankly speaking, children suspected of developmental disabilities. To provide thorough care for them too, Love-Koi Nursery School keeps the number of children significantly lower than standard regulations. That's why salaries were low, but the children lived freely, and the staff could maintain good relationships while providing calm, high-quality care.
With fewer children, we can engage with them more carefully and teachers can work calmly. But realizing that environment in a place like a nursery school where profit is involved is incredibly difficult. The director made that a reality for the sake of the children and teachers. My previous job was at a school where I had to constantly worry about the management's mood rather than the children. That's why I understand the wonder of the school that puts children first above all other conveniences. I cannot let you make the children feel cramped for your own selfish reasons any longer.
Genuinely loving children, wanting to be seriously involved in their growth no matter the age. That's why Maho worked at Love-Koi Nursery School, convinced she could do that here despite the low pay. If the capacity increases, the children will feel cramped, and the teachers' emotional reserves will wear down. Smiles will decrease, and teachers won't be able to always put the children first anymore. No one wants an increase. Please contact the municipality and withdraw the capacity increase.
And basically, you two just don't want to work harder with more kids, right? I have an obligation to protect this school. I told you before, if you're so unhappy, just quit.
Are you increasing the capacity?
Huh?
It was Hajime's mother from my class. She probably came to submit necessary documents.
I'm sorry. I overheard something important.
No, not at all. Was there something concerning?
Well, I've always been told at checkups that my son might need support. I hoped he would be cared for properly in a school with few people, so I chose this one.
Actually, although Hajime hasn't been diagnosed, he sometimes can't keep up with group activities. Therefore, I was conscious of particularly careful interaction to help him overcome his challenges.
So a school like Love-Koi, where teachers are deeply involved, has been really helpful. I was so happy he played such a big role in the last recital. I didn't think he could do it. It surely wouldn't go like this at other schools. I think many other mothers feel the same way. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just talking about my own feelings. You must have various circumstances for your decision.
No, we're just considering it. Thank you for your valuable opinion.
Not at all. No matter what happens, I'm sure everyone loves this school. Even if I have another child, I will hope for this school again. Goodbye.
Saying that, Miss Hosokawa went to the classroom to pick up Hajime. When she was out of sight, the acting director's expression twisted.
I'll withdraw the capacity increase for now. But this isn't because you told me to.
There are quite a few parents who chose Lovekoi Nursery School, seeking the small group system. The acting director seemed to understand that, if she suddenly increased capacity, some parents wouldn't accept it. Looks like she can't ignore the parents' opinions. But she probably hasn't given up on her forceful change of direction. Remaining wary of her, we left the staff room. The acting director apparently wants to increase the capacity, but this number is what you... The next day, I came to visit and was talking to the director about recent events. However...
You again.
The acting director entered the room. It's the first time I've encountered her here. Good evening. You came too, acting director.
Who else would come if I didn't? If you're done with your business, leave immediately.
Then, a thought occurred to me, and I asked, have you reported the change of direction to the director?
We are a married couple. We understand each other without speaking. I have to protect that school.
As I thought, the acting director seems to believe without a doubt that her decision is not wrong. With all due respect, acting director, what you are doing is the exact opposite of the direction the director desires. The director does not desire this forceful policy change.
Listen, that's enough from you. I am his wife. I hate to say it, but even if I can't protect you all, I just need to protect the school.
If you want to protect the school, please listen to the voices from the floor. However, the acting director opened her eyes wide in anger.
I told you, don't whine when you can't take any responsibility. I am the acting director. Will you stop lecturing me like you know everything?
I say it because I know. Doing educational care, increasing capacity. This will destroy the school the director cherished, and yet...
Just shut up and do as you're told. I am...
Hearing a faint voice, our eyes widened.
Ori.
Toru? Your voice.
The director hadn't even moved until now, but perhaps her voices reached him. He, who hadn't spoken a word, was now trying desperately to squeeze out his voice to speak to the acting director.
Everyone fun school.
Everyone, fun, school.
Whether those words triggered a memory, the acting director's eyes wavered as she repeated them, and her lips trembled.
Dear, I
want to create a school where everyone, children and teachers alike, can have fun.
That was a memory from when the director was still young. Back then, the director, who was just a single nursery teacher running around the floor, said that.
It's a given the kids should have fun. But childcare is hard work, so everyone gets tired and forgets the fun. Everyone loves kids, so isn't it a waste if they quit? That's why I will one day realize a school where both children and teachers can spend their time happily.
Later, the two deepened their relationship, married, and eventually founded Lovekoi Nursery School together. The school's operation got on track, and 10 years passed while they worked to realize the dream.
Ended up doing just paperwork today too. It's been 10 years and the school has grown, but now I can't participate in childcare as much as I imagined.
Even if you build a school because you love childcare, the director gets chased by paperwork and can't join the floor. That's the reality. Seeing the director with such worries, the acting director made a proposal.
In that case, I'll take over the paperwork. That way you can participate more in childcare, right?
Are you sure? You want to do childcare too, don't you?
Of course I want to interact with the kids too, but I want you to keep doing childcare.
The reason the acting director focused on administration was because she wanted to see the director interacting with children, no matter how old he got. She was working at the school, essentially for the sake of her beloved husband.
Kaori, I'm sorry.
Don't apologize, dear. I'm the one I'm sorry for being weak.
Seeing her back as she tightly held the hand of the director, who could now speak in bits and pieces, and her shoulders shaking, I was taken aback. And at the same time, I understood. The anxiety that was about to crush her, and the loneliness she fought to rouse her heart that was about to stop.
I was desperate to keep the unstable school going without you. In my desperation, I forgot how precious the wish you placed on this school was. There's no point in just having the school exist. Everyone kept telling me, but I'm such a fool.
Her telling us to quit was also a bluff she put up to lead the school. After being tormented by anxiety when the director collapsed and caught between the floor and her own thoughts. Acting director, we know the kind of childcare the director desired. So please, could you let us handle the floor as before? You aren't the only one who wants to protect this school. If we can cooperate, I think this school can continue to be a place where everyone has fun. Well then, I'll be going for today. Director, I'll come again. Let's talk more next time. She surely needs time to digest her thoughts.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
As I nodded silently and left, I heard the sound of sobbing from the hospital room. The next day, the acting director apologized to us at the staff meeting.
I'm truly sorry for everything until now. Since I was away doing paperwork, I couldn't see the floor. On top of that, I was frantic to keep the school's shape and didn't try to listen to your words. My husband was my senior as a nursery teacher. When I was about to lose sight of the fun of childcare due to the busy work, he was the one who saved me by giving advice and listening to my worries. That's why for him, I want to preserve Love Koi Nursery School where everyone can spend their time happily. As a way of taking responsibility, I will resign as acting director. I will handle the office work as vice director as before. I'll consult the corporation to have someone come in as director. What do you think?
Understood. We were confused because the director collapsed suddenly, but the reason we can focus on childcare every day is thanks to the vice director taking on the heavy administrative work. From now on, let's help each other and walk together to realize the director's philosophy. Then, the vice director smiled in relief. The director, who's recovering little by little, will surely be happy to hear of this reconciliation.
Teacher, thanks for everything.
Thank you so much for everything until now.
Finally, graduation day. The Hosokawa family came to greet me. Since they have a place with relatives, today is their last day attending. It's going to be lonely. Be energetic in elementary school too. Since then, Love Koi Nursery School has become one unit to realize a nursery school where everyone is happy.
That's great, Mr. Minabe. Since you're this adored, your promotion to head teacher makes sense.
That's embarrassing. Anyway, seeing everyone's smiles is truly the best. It's no exaggeration to say people work for money. But just as there are people who work for low pay, it's also a fact that some find other meanings in their work. I wonder if I become like that teacher. Just as young me and my mother received smiles from that nursery teacher, I hope I'm making many parents and children smile too.
Aw, this was such a heartwarming story. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video!